Hey guys, it's Chrissy Senpai Art again, and today we're doing a huge Animal Crossing piece, as you can see. Basically, I decided it would be a good idea to draw every single sheep from Animal Crossing, and it was so much fun. It also kind of wore me out a little bit, because as you can see, there's just a shit ton of them, and I had about almost 10 hours, 8 or 10 hours worth of footage, roughly, for this. As you can see, it's crunched down to 15-ish minutes. I had a lot of footage because I just drew so many of them. I made sure everybody was numbered, so when I was going in, because some of them I recognize like immediately and I know their name, like Barbara, she's like one of my original Animal Crossing villagers from like the GameCube days, and I've always wanted her in all my villages, and I got her in New Horizons actually this time. Actually, I'm planning to make my town mostly sheep. I got Wolfgang, who is like a dreamy, and then I want the rest of them to be sheep and froggies, because those are my favorite animals. Anyway, dumb rambling aside, everybody had to be numbered to make it easier to, like I said, to do the ones that I wasn't so familiar with. And also, I did add technically 3 extra sheep, who are not in Animal Crossing New Horizons, but they are sheep. I did give them like an updated outfit. It's Gin is his name, and Woolio, who are both jocks, along with Dom. God, it always bothered me that Dom is a jock. He is my favorite, because he looks like my little dog, but he's just... I don't like jock characters that much, but Dom has, his personality has grown on me a lot, and I kind of wish Kurlos was still Cranky Butt, because I kind of wish there was like one sheep for everything, but there's not. But anyway, first, I guess we'll talk about the process. As you can see, everybody was sketched. I had to keep extending my canvas. This canvas is very long, like it is incredibly long compared to tall, I guess. Oops, I hit the mic. Compared to tall, I guess. But it was pretty fun still to do. As you can see, call her my favorite girl other than Dom. He's not a girl. My favorite sheep is Barbara. I didn't want to do lines because I knew I would have an actual stroke doing them. I'm not much of a lines person to begin with. I'm not very good at them. But I was like, okay, I can do more of like a simple... Because some of them have really complicated shirts. Like, example, Barbara does. I thought, and Pietro has a complicated shirt. But I thought, okay, we'll just do like a simple kind of soft look. Because, I mean, they're sheep, so they're soft anyway. And that worked pretty well. It took between 15 minutes to an hour per villager. The ones that took longer were, like I said, the more complicated ones like Pietro, however you say his name. Those are the ones that took the longest. The ones that were easiest for like Cashmere, where she doesn't have too much going on. And like Willow, who's a very kind of more basic looking one. God. I want to love Cashmere, because I do love some ugly villagers. I love Jambette, Elise. People don't like Diva, the frog, but I love her. She's actually in my village. But I would love Cashmere as an ugly, quote-unquote, ugly villager if it wasn't for those weird spots on her face. If they were put in any other, like, setup, like a combination, I guess, or pattern is the word I'm looking for, I would love her. And I like her design other than that, because again, I'm not against ugly villagers. She's gross to me. Compared to all the other ugly villagers, that and Wart Jr., like, I get he's posted, like, I have frogs. They're nowhere near as gross and warty and nasty looking as Wart Jr. They don't look like a fresh pile of poo. I'm sorry, that completely off topic. But yeah, it was pretty fun to do. I've probably said that 100 times. I hope you enjoyed the music, by the way. I decided to use some Animal Crossing based music for the background. Each song, as always, will be like on a little slide thingy above. If you just see a black bar drop down, that's the name of the song right there. And I just had fun. I wanted to record this actually earlier in the day. Right now it's 8:30 p.m. But there was kids screaming for like 6 hours outside, and the computer's right by the window, You don't need to hear that background noise constantly. You might hear a Yeti truck going by, but other than that, there shouldn't be any background noise, hopefully. What are your favorite Animal Crossing characters, species, and then your favorite characters in and outside of that species? Like I said, my favorite characters are Dom, Barbara, Jane Bet. I love her. She's just her true self. You know what I mean? She's just so her. I love Wendy. She actually just moved into my village very recently. I didn't know she was a peppy villager, actually, until I played the phone game, which I don't play that often. I just have like short bursts of playing that game. Yeah, I didn't know she was peppy, because in that game it doesn't really show that much, I guess, but she's definitely peppy. Because my first original set of villagers were Dom and Ursula, who, thank God, just recently moved out. I don't, this is mean, I'm not really a fan of the bear designs. Like, I don't really like any of the bear designs, and she was the one who just wouldn't leave. I didn't hit her with nets or anything. I treated her nicely, because Dom sometimes wants to leave. It doesn't matter how you treat him, she just never wanted to leave. And it was so annoying. But anyway, I had Dom, Ursula, Carmen, Lucy, Drago, Chicken Dude, I can't remember, he's in armor, Barbara, and then, I can't remember, Elise. Pretty sure it was just Elise who was the last one to move in. And Huck. I'm forgetting Huck, because, he's one of the ones that, also, I still like him, but if he were to want to move, I would definitely pick something, again, like someone like Jambet, or really most of the other frogs over him. He's just kind of like this odd designed character. He's not ugly, but that thing on his face, I don't know if it's supposed to be a nose, but sir, your nose is supposed to be taking a full right turn, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm completely rambling, but that's all I know how to do. What is the species that you wish was in the game? I wish we had alpaca villagers and not just the two shop owner ones, Reese, and I forget her husband's name at the moment. I wish we had alpacas. I love fuzzy animals. I feel like alpacas would be a great addition to regular villagers. Other than that, I can't really think of. Maybe a bug one would be really cool, or a reptile, because other than the alligators, we don't really have any reptile ones. Though Drago is a very cool alligator. I tried to keep it as slow as possible, but when I did that, it was 30 minutes long still, and nobody wants to watch a 30-minute long speed paint. So, since it was more basic, there's no line art or anything, it's more basic coloring, it's just a shit ton of sheep. Shit ton of sheep. Since it's just a shit ton of sheep, it just easier to speed it up some more, so people would actually, be more willing to watch it. I'm actually doing more things. My goals for 2021 is to make more animations and more large art projects. I've actually got the reference sheet for the next Animal Crossing, big family picture I plan on doing. I may or may not flash it up here for half a second to give you a hint. It's basically my second favorite animal, which is, I just said it earlier, I think. But, I plan on doing more big projects. I actually have an animation in the works. A legitimate animation, not just, trying to test programs out. Because that's pretty much what I was doing before, was, testing OpenTunes, because I'd never used it before. My experience in animation before this, honestly, was a good old Windows Movie Maker, which I will say, at the time, back in 2010, 2008 through 2010, when I was using it, the wonderful art that I made then, it was actually a pretty good program to animate with, oddly enough. I don't know if it's because it wasn't so heavy as these other programs that we have now that are more common, heavy on the computer, but damn, did it animate pretty well. Only problem is that you had to draw every single thing. You couldn't onion skin things, which I find the most helpful things about legitimate animation programs is the onion skin. But yeah, big projects, hopefully I can do more. Now, hopefully that the big ick of 2020 has calmed down. I won't be at work constantly. I'll still have enough money to survive. Right now, we are just living pretty good versus just good, you know what I mean? But Anyway, have an awesome 2021. I hope this year brings much better things for everyone involved, because God, it was an awful year for me. And other than the fact that I ended up in the ER on the 1st because my bladder got stopped by a kidney stone, that's the worst thing that happens to me. I'll take it. I will take it. And I hope you all have an awesome year. I hope you have an awesome day or night or whatever you're watching this. I hope everything's better for everybody this year. I really hope it gets better. And you know, everyone's like, "Oh, it's not gonna change." It can. It can if we want it to change. But have an awesome day. Keep drawing. Keep playing Animal Crossing. And stay cool.